Welcome back to another episode of the Harris Room Sports. And today we are talking about the state of the Cleveland sports scene. Right, we had some major news. DeAndre Hunter, he got traded out of Cleveland. We got Shedeur Sanders, he was named Pro Bowl. We got some head coaching hires, so we're gonna get into all of that, right? So my first reaction from Todd Monken getting hired was very shocked, right? Didn't know what to think. I'm like, oh, this guy, he had Lamar Jackson, he also had Derrick Henry, and he wasn't able to get the job done in the playoffs, right? But as I did more research, I figured out that Todd Monken is really an offensive genius, right? He was an OC at the Ravens, he was an OC at Georgia when he had uh, Carson Stenton, if I'm not mistaken. He had a national title run twice. He's won two national titles as OC at Georgia. So he's had some great quarterbacks that he has coached that have had a good developmental path, right? So Todd Monken, I think, is going to be a good play for the Browns. I don't think that Myles Garrett is quite happy with the hire. Him being a divisional rival, him plucking the line coach and some other key players from there. But hey, Todd Monken, all in all, I rated a 6 out of 10. Right, we're still waiting for the verdict. We're still trying to see if that's all going to pan out. I have high hopes for the Browns this year. We say that after every single year. Going last year, the Browns were 5-12, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin Stefanski, he had only won 8 games over the past 2 years. So, I guess it's only up from here, I guess. Next year, we're going to tap into the Browns a little bit more, get a little bit more NFL games going on. But, hey, what can we say? It's the offseason. I'm waiting for more moves to happen. I'm waiting to see what training camp looks like and all this, that, and the other. As you know, we got the Super Bowl around the corner, Seahawks at the Patriots. But back to the sport of the Cleveland topics. Let's shuffle right into Shedeur Sanders being named to the Pro Bowl, right? I'm very excited for him. He had a decent year to start out, but yes, it's circumstantial how he got the Pro Bowl. Yes, we had a couple quarterbacks that were on our side of the division that just pulled out, and you had 6 starting quarterbacks who were benched this year, so the options were slim. But hey, shout out to Shedeur, shout out to the Pro Bowlers. We got some good things going on in Cleveland. Let's not take away from it. Congratulations to Shedeur Sanders. Happy to be a part of that. We also had a couple rookie players get some awards. We got Myles Garrett. He won Defensive Player of the Year. So, Cleveland is known for getting individual awards but not winning any team sports, right? We haven't won in the highest level for a while now, since Ohio State last year, which Ohio State's a whole different animal that I don't want to get into it, but we're going to get into it, right? What happened against Miami? What happened with Ryan Day's play calling? What happened? But going forward, looking at future videos, we are going to look at some of the Ohio State commits, what they did in the offseason, what offensive coordinator they're going to have replace it, and I'm excited to see what Ohio State can cook up, and if they're on their revenge arc this season to make sure that they take care of everything they need to take care of. But as we know, this channel will be transitioning to the NBA season. We cover college football for a while. Now we're going to switch gears to the NBA, specifically the Cleveland Cavaliers, what's going on in the Eastern Conference, and this is down the other. So this is going to be our first kind of shuffle into the NBA. We're talking about all Cleveland sports in this video, but going forward, it'll be mainly focused around the NBA and everything that's going on. So let's talk about our Cleveland Cavaliers right now. Currently, we are 29-21. Of our last 12 games, I think we have won 8 or 9 of them. So we're on a little hot streak. We were looking down bad for a while. We were losing very heavily. If I'm not mistaken, in the month of December, we had lost to every single playoff contending team and only beat teams that were below 500. So Cleveland is really found in their stride. As you know, they just traded DeAndre Hunter for Dennis Schroeder, if I'm not mistaken. So that was my questions being asked around the people in my circle. I was like, what do the Cavs need to do to put some life into this team, right? Is it a rotation thing? Is it some of the answers I got, well, they need to stop shooting so many threes? It's some centered around defense, some centered around rotation and Evan Mobley's ability to spread the ball, right? Because Evan Mobley is not hitting the three like he was last year, right? He is really bogging that down. And what I kind of came to the conclusion of is I think we need a better rotation between Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, right? I do not think both of those bigs can be on the floor at the same exact time. It seems like for us to be successful, we need to have a better rotation of one of them. Donovan Mitchell, he's averaging nearly 30 points a game, and it is almost killing him trying to wheel us to every single victory. Right now, the Cavs are averaging, I believe, 119 points a game. That's top five, but it is not a top five record, right? Darius Garland, he's only averaging 18 points and 7 assists. And my view on Darius Garland is I don't understand how we have a max contract player when he is not available during the playoffs. I want to say 60 to 70% of NBA teams make it to the playoffs. For you to be a max contract player, I need you to be a playoff demon, right? Darius Garland, he is not that. Every time we go to the playoffs, this man is injured and unavailable to play. Let's move on to Evan Mobley. He's averaging 17 points, 9 rebounds. For Evan Mobley to be effective on this team, I think he needs to average 23 and 12. Right, he needs to be dominant every single night, night in, night out. I need 23 and 12 from Evan Mobley to make sure that we are on top of our game and we are doing everything that we need to do. Sam Merrill has been a key piece in this offense with Max Strus being out. Sam Merrill, he is averaging 13 points a game. And those 13 points come in clutch, right? Those are like streaky threes. Those are transition buckets that really kind of juice life into this offense. When I pulled this, I believe 4 or 5 days ago, of our last 10 games, we were 7-3. None notable. The 3 losses being the OKC, Detroit, and Houston. All of those are championship caliber teams, right? That's where our framework is, and that's where our goals need to be focused around, is beating that core group of championship contending teams, right? Back in December, we lost against the Spurs as well, and I was like, what do we need to do to make sure that we can beat these top contending teams, right? We just saw the Hornets beat the San Antonio Spurs, and they're nowhere near a championship contending team. So I'm looking at it like, what is going to happen the remainder of the season, right? If we look at last season, we were first going into the All-Star break, and then we kind of coasted all the way through. No team really got hot, and we were able to end first in the East. But we were some regular season demons last year, right? We won early when the winning did not matter, and then we just kind of barely held it together going into the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see how we finish out the rest of the year, right? Let's look at our schedule going forward. It looks like we play Portland tonight at 9. On Wednesday, we play LA. Saturday, we play Sacramento. Denver, we play on Monday. So those next 3 games, we should definitely get some W's out of there. I'm going to be tapped into that Monday, the February 9th game. I will be in Disney World, but I'm going to tap into that game, take some notes, see what kind of offense we're running, see what adjustments we need to make. And I definitely have to tap into that Sunday's game against OKC, right? I think I'm going to be live for that game. I want to make sure I see with my own eyes what makes this OKC team so, you know what I mean, dominant, right? Yes, we know Shea, he's having an MVP season. I believe he's averaging 37-7, but, you know, they're ranked first in defense right now, but I have to see it with my own eyes to believe it. And, you know, Donovan Mitchell, he's averaging 36, 5, and 2, right? 35, 6, 5, and 2. He's averaging 1.5 steals a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So he is not that far behind Shea Gilgeous, right? The team around Gilgeous-Alexander, they're definitely better, but I have some high hopes for our Cleveland Cavaliers. I want to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position to win every single game, and I cannot go through another season where we get bounced out of the playoffs that early by a team that is not better than us, right? It seems like Cleveland played down every single game against that Indiana Pacers team. I was at the game when they gave Evan Mobley Defensive Player of the Year. I thought the team would rally around Evan Mobley. I thought they would rally around each other's around that award to make sure that we brought that game home. But I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, he only had 7 points at half, and we were down 25 points. So that really killed me and killed the series against that Indiana Pacers team. When that happened, I'm like, oh, we're not beating the Pacers. If Tyrese Halliburton has less than 10 points at halftime, then I don't understand what needs to be done differently for us to win this game. But thank you guys for tapping in to the Harris Room Sports. Stay tuned. We got a lot of videos coming up Got a lot of things going on. As you can see, I'm rearranging my office. I got a different podcast set up. You know what I mean? I got more paintings to hang out from around Cleveland, from when Cleveland won the championship. I got at a playoff game for Cleveland, and I got a lot of different pieces that I want to add to the show. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.